We're diving back into another episode of Uncut XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. We've seen today's new soldier on several missions already, but we're finally going to get introduced to him properly. He was provided by Master James. Carl Carnuckle is the son of the legendary Kevin Carnuckle. He was inspired to join the military and eventually XCOM by his father's feats of heroism, but not before earning master's degrees in computer science, business, social work, nursing, and strategic leadership. Since joining with XCOM, he's been a powerful asset, but he's not very athletic. Despite being a walking encyclopedia for the subjects he's studied, he constantly struggles with our basic training exercises. And Carl is also developing a relationship with another crew member, Author Boss, that's bordering on obsession. On several missions, Carl has been reported to completely stop fighting to cheer on his friend in combat. Normally, this type of behavior would jeopardize missions, but Author seems to be enjoying Carl's fanboy-like attitude, and it's been improving his performance. So far be it from me to tell him to stop. Okay people, it is time for a council mission, Operation Dawn Witch. Our objective for today is to neutralize a target. That means we can either go in and shoot the guy in the head, or knock them out and bring them back to the Avenger, and the reward for doing so is 236 supplies and 104 intel. It is a relatively simple mission, but we might run into a little snag, but I think the squad composition that we have today is more than capable of dealing with this. So let's check it out. We have a Grenadier, 2 Rangers, a Skirmisher, and finally a Specialist. Our Grenadier Fanboy Jr. is using blue screen rounds and a flashbang. This is a new ammunition that we finished in the Proving Grounds a little while ago, and this causes him to deal bonus damage to robotic enemies. The flashbang, we all know what that does. It disables special attacks on enemies, reduces accuracy and mobility. Next up, Author Boss, also known as Knight. He has the Tracer round, so he's got bonus critical hit chance and damage. Next up, Apex Petrova. She's got the Boltcaster, Hunter's Axe, and Dragon rounds to increase her damage and also give her a chance to set enemies on fire. Next up, Sarah Broken Redfield. She is our Skirmisher. She's got the Tracer rounds to increase her aim, and that's going to synergize well with her Marauder ability, which allows her to shoot twice in a single turn. And finally, our Specialist is a combat hacker, so he's got the Skulljack to increase his hack rating by an additional 20. Now, with all of that said, these guys look ready to whoop some ass, so let's go whoop it.
The spokesman has confirmed the location of a VIP valuable to the alien cause moving in this area, and he's asked that we use this opportunity to neutralize the operative. Secure the surrounding area and remove all enemy security forces guarding the target. Bring him in alive if possible, dead if necessary.
Alright, the evac zone looks like it's pretty far away from the objective. We're going to have to hustle pretty hard to get this one out successfully. We've got to go in. Looks like the VIP is on the bottom floor. Then we've got to run through this door and run through a second door to get to the exit. So this is going to be tricky. But again, our squad is more than capable of dealing with it. We've got 12 turns to do so. But that timer, it ticks down a lot faster than you think sometimes. And already, we've got eyes on the first group of enemies. A Mouton, he's got to be with some other people, but we don't have eyes on them yet. That first group of enemies is going to be tricky, but I think we got this. Depending on how we engage, that's going to determine whether we succeed or fail. So what we're going to do first is keep advancing Author Boss to hopefully get better vision. And there we go. He's with 2 sectoids. He's chatting them up. They're having a good old time. But we're going to come in and interrupt that. So let's get all our boots on the ground. Get nice up close and personal for this ambush, because we need to hustle as hard as possible. Because whenever I do these stupid council missions, what'll happen is there'll be one soldier that gets left behind in some really stupid way as I'm trying to evac, and I want to avoid that as much as possible. So we got to make sure that everyone is advanced. And here we go. The group of enemies are moving even closer into our line of sight. They're pretty much right on top of us, so it looks like we're going to have to engage from this position. But fortunately, we have a number of soldiers that are capable of ambushing, so we're going to try to get a pretty full ambush right now. We're gonna put Carl and Apex Petrova on Overwatch. I'm gonna move Carl over Actually, no, Carl's going to start it because he's got the shred ability, and I want to try to shred off some of this mutant's armor before the rest of our guys start taking shots. So our specialist, going to go on Overwatch, and then finally Sarah Redfield, because she can't move, Overwatch as well. Author Boss is going to remain concealed because he has the Shadow Strike and Phantom ability, so the ambush is not going to break him out. It's a 76%. But I've got faith. We're also going to apply holo targeting, so that's going to increase everyone's chance to hit on the Muton, and we did connect, shredded off that armor, leaving him incredibly vulnerable to our counterattack. Let's see how this plays out. Come on now. We got to make this happen. Looks like the Sectoid's going to be the first one to move, so he is going to soak up some damage from us, which is a little bit unfortunate. The Overwatch coming out again from Apex Patrol, but this time we're going to finish off the Muton. So that was pretty beautiful, and we set him on fire as well, so there was a chance that he was going to burn to death. And would you look at that, we've got a 100% chance to hit this Sectoid, so I don't see why I shouldn't just take this guarantee. I want the next turn to be as simple and streamlined as possible, so let's dookie blast him.
Target eliminated. Position compromised.
You know, it's weird, man. I don't even really want to do this mission right now. I'm 3 days away from finishing my plated armor research, so I'm a little bit anxious to get that done. The only thing I'm thinking about right now is just getting back to the geoscape and scanning for a few more seconds and unlocking what I need to unlock. And it's just got me really antsy to finish this off. The Sectoid has 10 health remaining, and unfortunately Author Boss's Sword Slash does not have enough to take it out unless he gets a max roll crit, so we're gonna have to take some shots at this guy, but that's no big deal because everyone is pretty damn accurate, and we do have holo targeting, which will increase our chance to hit. So I'm gonna move Carl up. He's gonna apply the holo. It is going to connect for a big 6 damage. Now, the reason I'm not just walking up to him with Author Boss and shotgunning him in the face is because we don't have a flank that is in cover, and I do want to put Author Boss back into concealment. So we're going to try and finish off the Sectoid with some of our other soldiers. I'm going to try and feed my Skirmisher a little bit, and there we go. Skirmisher going to get fed. What is this, League of Legends? We're trying to feed the AD carry, and bot lane is getting fed. What are we going to do? It's getting crazy. But we have 2 towers nearby that we can hack open to see if there are any nice rewards. So we're going to check them out, see what we can find. The first one, we have a 100% chance to get a small cache of alien alloys, a 52% chance for a large cache. I don't want to press my luck in this situation. A guarantee for some alloys is just nice. So there we go. We got it. And that is the beauty of having a tier 2 gremlin early on in the game. The hacking becomes ridiculously easy. And you can get some very sexy rewards for doing so. I don't know if I'll get to hack another terminal or if they all share the same pool of resources, but we should be okay. I'm going to go back into concealment and position Author Boss to go up. We're going to have to go through the second floor to get to the bottom floor because it doesn't appear like there's an entrance nearby on the ground floor. And we got eyes on another group of enemies. There's not going to be a way that we can properly ambush these guys, but what we can try is not engaging them at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Author Boss up. And I'm going to have the rest of the squad walk around and see what we can find down here. I'm going to throw out the scanning protocol, and that will give us better vision of the area. It might reveal some enemies, it might not. So let's find out. And it looks like there's something on top of the roof that might be a mech. Yeah, that's an advent mech. And we do have a group of enemies inside, but they are inside a door. So it is very possible that we can bop the VIP on the back of the neck without triggering anything. So we're gonna try and be as sneaky as possible on this. Yeah. I heard movement inside the building, so it may in fact be impossible for Author Boss to pick up the VIP all by himself, but we're still going to check it out. Just gonna make a very safe blue move inside.
Moving to designated coordinates.
See what the lay of the land is. Ooh, that scared me. But yeah, it's just the VIP, no guards inside. Alright. We're set up pretty well for this. Oh man, this is getting very tense. I'm using a very sneaky approach to this. I don't think I'm gonna bop the VIP with Author Boss because he is in concealment. We can use him as a scouting unit for as long as possible. So we're gonna open the door with Francesca. We're gonna bop the VIP with Francesca, and then she's gonna carry the body out. So ooh, I almost slashed the VIP. Look at this. If I just mouse over a little bit incorrectly, bye-bye goes the VIP. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to bop him over the head. So let's get in there and say, hey, you're working with the aliens. We don't like that. I don't condone violence against women, but if you're working for the aliens, you're going to get smacked in the face. All right? That's just how it goes. Now, the real tricky part is going to be getting to the evac zone without engaging any more enemies. I want to get as close as humanly possible without having to fight, because if we can rig the system so that we're at the evac zone or within range of the evac zone when the last group of enemies trigger, then it's going to be ridiculous. So here we go. We're moving Author Boss into a new position. He's got eyes on the last group, so they are one room away from us. They don't know what's going on. But you know what's going to happen? As soon as I walk past this window, they're going to activate. So maybe I should go over the roof, over the top of the building.
That's affirmative.
Oh my god. Shit, here we go. We've been spotted. Alright, so we are going to have to fight, but... Ooh, we're going to have to fight everything. Actually, maybe not. Ooh, this is going to get stupid. This is not going to be fun. I don't like this at all. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I don't like this. In a situation like this, I feel like we need to go for broke a little bit. So, that's what we're going to try and do. Oh my gosh. Alright, we've got 6 turns. We're about 2 turns away from the evac zone, which is pretty decent. We've got reinforcements coming right on top of us. And we've got 2 pods to deal with in the immediate. So, how do we contend with this? I'm thinking we go for broke and try to haywire protocol the mech and try to take control of it. But before we do that, I have other moves that could prove beneficial. So, we're going to start off. We're going in super strategy mode. We're going to use Sarah Redfield to blow up this very tiny container. In a situation like this, I wish I had my Reaper, but it's fine. We're going to shoot that. The explosion is not going to do anything to the armor, it looks like, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is going to remove his cover. So that's going to free up Carl to get a nice shot with a 73% chance to hit. It's also going to apply the holo targeting. If it connects, we're going to get some armor shred. So that's brought him well within kill range for our skirmisher. We're going to take the second shot because I do not want half the enemies on the map, or pretty much all the enemies on the map, to get a shield on them. So next up, this is where we go for broke. If this doesn't work, we are going to get boned so hard. Because, you know, I could just try and shut down the mech, and that would be beneficial as well, because we've got a 100% chance to do that. But, come on. You can't tell me that doesn't look juicy as hell. I had a strategy orgasm there, because in my heart of hearts I felt like that wasn't going to work, but it absolutely did. Now that we have control of the mech, this mission is looking a lot more doable. The strange thing about this is I was in some way prepared to destroy the mech if we didn't succeed at hacking it, but that was not the ideal situation. But now we can be very frivolous with our abilities. We're going to throw an axe at the Advent officer. It's going to deal 6 damage, and then we will finish him off by slashing him with that very same axe. And this is a guaranteed kill. I don't know. I hope nothing stupid happens with this door. Doors do not provide cover, which is a bit odd. So if the enemies decide to go the long way to get to me, they're going to flank Francesca. And that's going to be stupid. Alright, this is a very manageable group of enemies. An Advent officer and 2 troopers. I'm going to assume they're advanced troopers, and yes, they are. The mech is under our control, so it's probably going to soak up a decent amount of damage, and these guys look surprised that we're standing right by the door. Like, we didn't order any pizza? Alright, the Mouton going to move, coming through the door. This group is going to activate as well. They were just ready and excited because of the VIP. They said, oh shit, is something popping off? Okay. Now it's time for us to have a little bit of fun. We've got a pretty uncomfortable amount of enemies around us that we need to deal with. But we have a lot of ways to deal with them now, especially with the mech under our control. So the Mouton is probably the most dangerous enemy here, so I'm gonna spend a decent amount of resources trying to kill it. Ooh, he's got defense like a motherfucker. Can I blow their cover? Maybe? Oh, I can't get both of them. I was not gonna blow his cover. Alright, I'm gonna go like this. Okay, people, it is time for us to go into mega strategy mode. This one turn took a grand total of 4 minutes to complete because a single wrong move would have resulted in a squad wipe. So let's see how we deal with it. We start off by using the hacked mech to launch his micro missiles at the Mouton. It didn't do a lot of damage, but the 1 point of armor shred is going to be very valuable. Next, we're switching over to Francesca Apex Petrova, our ranger, and we're activating the run and gun ability, moving her to a high ground position so she'll have a better shot on the Mouton. We're going to target him and shoot that bolt caster right down his gullet. And hopefully we get the kill, because if we don't, he's going to run amok. Bam! That was a big 9 damage critical hit. It wasn't enough to kill, but the dragon round set him on fire, so he's going to die at the start of the alien's turn. And even if he wasn't set on fire, he was stunned by the bolt caster. Every shot with that weapon has a chance to stun targets, and that is insanely valuable against powerful enemies like the Mouton. So we have 2 Advent troopers inside the building, 2 Advent troopers and an officer outside. The plan now is to try and get inside so we can concentrate all of the fire in one direction. As of right now, if we keep our soldiers where they are, they will get flanked, and it is very likely that they will die if the enemy scores a critical hit. So we're trying to get everyone inside the building so we can concentrate all of the enemy fire in a single direction. The problem is there are enemies inside the building, so we've got to clear them out before we get in there. We're switching over to our specialist now, and we are going to walk right next to the Advent Trooper that is in half cover inside the building, point our gun in his mouth, and pray to all that is random and good that we score a critical hit and kill him. But it's not gonna happen, so we've got a little bit more thinking that we have to do. If we scored that kill, this situation would have been a lot simpler, but we've got to work some big magic if we want this to happen. We're off to a pretty good start, but we're not out of the woods yet. If we don't kill these two troopers, we have put ourselves in a very dangerous situation. The whole going for broke thing, that is precisely what we're doing right now. We are betting everything on our strategy working. We currently have the focus on Sarah Redfield, and we are going to run her inside the building, but the question is, which target do we shoot at? Our goal from the very beginning was to eliminate all the enemies inside the building, and you might think eliminating one Advent Trooper, specifically the one that we weakened with our specialist, is a good step in the right direction. But the problem if we do that is our remaining soldiers won't be able to safely deal 9 damage to the remaining target. So we run Sarah Redfield in and we shoot at the full health Advent Trooper and land a big critical hit for 6 damage. And now it's time for Author Boss to have his moment of glory. We're switching over and we are going to run him in and cut these guys into pieces. But again, we run into another problem. That is going to consume all of his action points for this turn. But Carl Kernuggle, he is one of the best friends a person could ask for. As soon as we run in and slash this guy to pieces, Carl is going to cheer him on with the teamwork ability, and he is going to slash the other Advent Trooper. But before Carl starts cheering on his bestest buddy in the whole wide world, he's going to shut the door, because a closed door will interrupt the line of sight on the Advent Troopers and officer that are outside. Boom! Slam that bitch shut. Start cheering on your friend, and then slash the final Advent Trooper to pieces. We did it. Holy shit, this is the messiest encounter that I've ever gone through. But the fact that I was able to shut the door on these guys, holy shit. I'm freaking the fuck out right now, man. Advent Trooper coming in. I'm about to shut the door on his ass, too. Dude, you have no idea how stressed out this was. Holy crap. Where's the VIP? Okay, we can pick up the VIP. We're gonna start booking it to the evac zone. Since Rob Cool Blue is the most support-oriented unit that we have right now, he's gonna do the carrying. But it is a bit unfortunate that he's not standing right next to the VIP. You know what's gonna be really nice? We can just run the mech into the front lines and start doing some shenanigans with him. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna get a body out there for the Advent to shoot at, and wouldn't you know it, it's getting shot. So this is beautiful. Oh man, I damn near had a heart attack going through this encounter. I have not had to think so hard about strategy for a long time. I mean, we've been in some tough missions. Don't get me wrong. But the level of challenge in this mission was out of control. And you know what? I don't even care. Author Boss picking up the VIP. He said, you know what? I got this hoe. Let me carry her out. I'm going straight fireman right now. Author Boss is about to run her halfway across the damn map. We scanning protocol. I'm pretty sure there's no other enemies on the map. So far, that assumption is correct. But I could be wrong. So we got to be very... we're taking a lot of big risks right now, but it is what it is. We need to get the hell out of here now. Oh my goodness gracious, everybody's just running for their lives to the evac zone. Just use as much full cover as possible, even though we're getting pretty well outside of the enemy's line of sight. We got to be careful. So the mech is still under our control. The Advent officer not happy about that. And he's taking a shot. It's only going to do 1 damage because of that armor. And this is a standard Advent officer. It's not an advanced one. So his damage rolls are pretty low. But either way, I think it is going to be the end for the mech. This guy going for the high ground bonus on it. He must have been watching Star Wars Episode 3. It was over, Advent mech. The trooper had the high ground. Alright, so we've got 3 turns to get to the evac zone, but a lot of our guys are now within range of the evac. Apex Petrova is not, so we've got to be incredibly careful. There are a lot of access points to the lower areas from the roof, and that Advent Trooper has a lot of potential for shenanigans right now. So let's get our soldiers and start moving people out, but we've got to be cautious about our positioning at the same time. Making sure, see, Redfield, she can't get to the evac, so I'm going to put her in full cover. Our specialist can, so we're going to move him out. Fanboy Jr., he cannot, so we're going to find some full cover for him as well. There's plenty of it along the outside of this building. So boom, that's going to go right there. Breaking the glass, interrupting my switching targets. That's totally fine. We'll send these guys out. Boom. Boom. This is fine. Now, Apex is the most vulnerable one right now. She is the closest, and it is very possible that the enemies will get line of sight. But they're not. They're all going to go on Overwatch, and I feel very confident that she can run through that without any problems because she has the Shadow Step ability and does not trigger Overwatch. Damn. Oh my god. Dude, my heart is pounding out of my chest right now. Whew. Alright, so we have a promotion available for our skirmisher, and Whiplash is kind of an objectively better choice. Full Throttle is interesting. If you secure a kill on your first action, then you gain a big bonus to mobility, which can help you reposition for the coming turns. But Whiplash, it's a one-time use item that deals bonus damage to robotic enemies, and it's a free action, and that's very valuable. I think it does 6 damage or something like that, but we'll find out when we go on a mission. Either way, I really enjoy free actions, so we're going to take Whiplash. None of our other soldiers got a promotion, which is unfortunate, but it's no big deal. The VIP, she is struggling. We got the cuffs on her. We got a laser sight, expanded magazine, and 10 alien alloys from hacking the security terminal, so that's pretty nice. And the main reward, of course, is the 236 supplies and the 104 intel. That's very valuable. Now that we are back on the Avenger where I wanted to be, it's time for us to start doing some scanning. We have a facility lead nearby, an engineer, and also an increase regional income. It will take us 12 days to scan for that objective because of the currently active dark event, signal jamming, which is increasing the amount of time that it takes us to scan for things for 6 weeks. That is intense. So what we're going to do, though, is we are going to fly over to East Africa, the region we were making contact with. As you can see, we only need 3 more days to make contact with it, and the supply drop is in 5 days. So we're going to get a new region before the next month, so we're going to get bonus supplies from these guys as if they were hanging around and all buddy-buddy with us for an entire month. The Chosen Assassin just yammering on. As always, I don't want to hear anything she has to say. All I want to do is make contact with my region. Boom, new income of 54 supplies has been added. We have access to more areas around the map to make contact with. There's plenty of things that we can do. But for now, since plated armor is about to finish, we've got 431 supplies. The supply drop is going to take us 4 days to pick up. Another supply drop is coming in 3 days. I'm going to fly over here and just collect the supply drop. The new supply drop is going to stack on top of the existing one. So we're not going to have to move for a considerable number of days. We're going to put a lot of our staff to work. Oh my god, plated armor is finished. Oh my god, indeed. After we finished the plated armor research, there was a lot of busy work to do that involved changing up the cosmetics for our soldiers, and that was pretty boring. So we're going to end here, and we will talk about all the other things that went on behind the scenes when we come back for the next episode. So with all of that said, the name of the game is XCOM 2. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.